Today on Mission to Be a Man, we're going to be discussing not resting on your laurels, not being satisfied with good enough where things are now, and always striving to do more. All right, guys, so it's a concept everyone can relate to. There are times in life we're all guilty of it. At school, if you're looking at your grades, you think, hey, you know, I have a B+ in my class already, and it's a fun spring weekend coming up, right? So I could either sit and buckle down to that final to make that a definite A or make that B+ an A, or I mean, that's good enough. I could kind of slack off, not really study for the final, and even if I tank it or get a C, doing the math, I could still end up with like a B average. You're being satisfied with what you have already, and because of that, because you're already doing pretty well, people tend to get comfortable. And when you get comfortable, that's when you stop achieving and you stop striving to do more. If you're, in fitness at the gym, you're like, hey, well, I'm in pretty good shape now, so I'm just not gonna go to the gym or work out at all for like a week or a month. Consistency is key. The more you do, the more you're always achieving. So rather than just getting comfortable with the status quo, keep on striving to do more different things and getting better, whether that be going up in weight, achieving more muscle, going down in weight if you're trying to cut. Don't just be satisfied with, oh, I'm fine where I am, I'm good where I am. I know a lot of guys who, they're nice, smart guys, but they've been like that for years and they're still in the same job or still in the same basic status of where they were years ago. Whereas other people, if they're never satisfied, I'm not saying never satisfied, appreciate the work you've done, but if they're always hungry, if they're always striving to do more, they're gonna be constantly evolving. One minute they're here, the next they're up here, they're always achieving. Just a quick story that's a perfect example of this. We actually learned about this in one of my grad classes, Kodak. I'm sure you guys remember it if you're even younger, way back when, before digital cameras were a big thing. They were the kings. There really wasn't too much other competition against Kodak in the 80s, early 90s. But here's the kicker. So there were a lot of these older guys at Kodak at this point. They were maybe close to retirement, and they had a friend of theirs come by and say, hey guys, there's this new thing called the digital camera, and I think it's gonna be huge, so we might wanna get on board with that. And I know we're the king of this. This is kind of our bread and butter, but we might wanna start investing and researching in the digital age, because I feel like that's what's coming up and that's the thing of the future. And they just said, nah, forget that. No one can take us down. They were resting on their laurels. They were satisfied with what they had, and they said, we're gonna stick with this. Lo and behold, a couple of years later, the company went under completely. Remember Blockbuster? And then Netflix came in because they were constantly advancing and trying new things. So the guys that just kind of stuck with the old school mentality and weren't willing to change or evolve, they got comfortable, they got totally knocked out and they're done. With the job as well. I worked in sales for a while, something like that. There's a lot of competition. Your benefits are as much as you can possibly make. Basically, it could be uncapped potential. You can get as many closes, as many clients as you possibly can. And there's some friendly competition because you have your friends there as well. You want to do as best you possibly can. Someone who gets comfortable doing well enough, 9 to 5, don't really care about putting that extra effort, they're probably not meant for something like that. So whether it be in your job, in school, in your personal life, always strive to do and achieve more. Because the second you get comfortable, you kind of get lazy. It's going to be a flat line, and then eventually you're going to dip. But if you're always appreciating what you have accomplished, but always setting the bar a little bit higher and always wanting to accomplish a little bit more, you're going to keep going up towards the top, and there's not going to be a peak. With a peak, that's great to have a peak. Not to get all mathematician-y on you, but the next thing after a peak's a downfall, and that's it. That's the highest point. What we like to preach here in Mission to Be a Man, you're constantly going towards that peak. You're going up, 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 and always achieving more. So remember, guys, don't get comfortable. Keep striving to do better and be the best man you can be. Till next time.